welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist and I own 53 units of real estate. So today I want to talk about how I got my 54th unit under contract this past weekend. So today is the 23rd and I got my 54th unit under contract on...
Okay. Thank you guys for stopping in again, and we're going to review another video here. We've reviewed this gentleman before. Uh, it's Stephen Nguyen. I'll leave a link in the description in the channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Got the house cleaning out the way. Um, you're probably wondering, why do I keep reviewing this gentleman? I'm reviewing it not to poke fun, not to make fun. I'm simply trying to draw attention to a bigger problem um, in the real estate community, and it's the lack of education. And even those with experience tend to mess up. I did a video about myself a couple days ago talking about how I messed up and overpaid. You're going to get got in this, excuse me, in this business. Just if you're getting into real estate, you just know you are going to get, and not got like in a bad way, maybe in a bad way, but you're going to mess something up. That's part of the learning curve. And you usually do that earlier on, right? My specialty has been in property management. That's what I make my living in. And acquisitions was new to me. Doing when you're doing it on your own, it's a whole different experience. It's something completely different. So everyone needs to do it if you choose this path, that is investing in real estate. My concern here is that he seems to be real caught up on the number of doors that you have. Like my 54th unit and this and that. He seems to be fresh off the Bigger Pockets um farm there, and that's not a shot at Bigger Pockets, but Bigger Pockets is not this is going to sound crazy, but in my opinion, it's not a place where you go and you really learn this business. It's a place where you hear success stories and people getting on there talking about, I have this many doors, I have that many doors, and that, and you know, I don't know. I don't feel like you really learn what you need to learn in this business. Bigger Pockets, great entertainment, value. There may be some nuance and nuggets in there you can get, especially if you're maybe a little bit more experienced. You want to try different methods or something like that. But don't get caught up on the number of doors. The number of doors doesn't mean anything. You can have 100 doors and be, what are you netting? Is what I want to know. If you have 100 doors and you're netting $5,000, that's dumb. I don't know a polite way to say that. That's just stupid. You're taking all of this risk, all of this leverage for $5,000 a month. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Terrible returns. I know people who have two buildings, and when I say buildings, like 4 families and below, two, and are one building is netting $7,000 a month net, netting $7,000 a month. The other one's $4,000 a month net. Not talking gross. Not talking the money that is collected. I'm talking about after all of that is paid, what you go home with, which is what you should be concerned with when you think about real estate. It's not about how many doors. It's not about how much you've grossed, how much rent you've pulled in every month. It's after all your bills are paid, what are you going home with? What do you get to light on fire and it doesn't change your world? Don't get caught up on doors. You make your money on the buy. I'm going to say it again. You make your money on the buy in real estate. You don't buy something and then figure it out. Too late. Anyone can get money and get to the closing table. You have to be making the money at the buy. Let's try and get through this. Might be a difficult one for me, guys, but let's try to see if we can manage. Just being honest.
Saturday. So literally, Lennar, it's so easy to buy. I literally go online, and you could search by area, but you can see, hey, what communities I want to buy in. So I talked to my property manager, and she said she likes these 3 communities. So, every day or every other day or every few days, I'll just click on those 3 communities and see which homes are for sale, because I have a buy box. So my buy box is 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 3 bath, 2,100 square foot. And ideal price point is around $300,000 or less. So I literally opened up the same community that I bought my 53rd unit in, and I just rented out this unit for $2,150, and the tenant wants to sign a 3-year lease. So I'm happy to take a 3-year lease, because if I have a tenant there for 3 years, I'm guaranteed rental income for 3 years, assuming they pay, right? And I'm guaranteed no vacancies, no repairs, because you have to do, if a tenant leaves, you have to be vacant for like 1 to 3 months. You have to fix up the unit, which costs money. So, it just costs money to have vacancies, because if I'm vacant for 3 months and I'm getting $3,000 in rents, $2,000 in rents, that's $6,000 I'm leaving on the table, plus I have to fix up the unit. So,
Notice he's saying rent, not saying net, just rent. Those numbers sound good when you look at the rent, how much you've collected that much in rent, but what are you netting? And this is a common theme that I found out with particularly people like in California and these really expensive markets that invest in these more affordable markets. Let me just say this: you can go broke buying cheap. You can go broke buying cheap because you think you're getting a deal. I have a good paying job. The goal, I can't say the goal of real estate because I don't, everyone probably has a different goal. I don't know. If you're just out here trying to accumulate doors, well, okay. Most people have the goal of stop trading time for money and to try and like build some like passive income, and which is nothing passive about real estate. Don't let him lie to you. Not him, but just that saying. The goal of passive income. But again, just because there's a property in Alabama, Oklahoma, these markets that are more affordable doesn't necessarily mean it's a good market. Sometimes it's better to stay in the market you're in and pay more for a property, or not more, but obviously a property is going to cost more in a more expensive state. But if you buy it right and the cash flow is heavy because you can get more rent, then that may be worth it. And you may need fewer doors. You may be able to accomplish your goals in 10 doors as opposed to, I hate even saying that, doors. I do. All right, let's get to this video.
To me, I'm happy to get a 3-year lease. My other property, I'm only getting 1-year leases, and they're only staying like on average maybe 2 years. So if I can lock in a 3-year at $2,150, I'm happy. And I think she built in a clause, my property manager built in a clause to say that we may reassess the market rents, and if the rents are a little bit higher, we may raise your rents. But if I have
Hit the like button.
I don't really care personally, right? Like, I'm happy if they're good for if they're a good tenant, they're there for 3 years. I don't have to deal with vacancy. I don't have to deal with any much repairs. I'm happy. So that's kind of my mindset with that. So I just got rented out, and I was just like, you know what? I at first was open. I wanted to buy in a different community because I wanted to diversify, right? Like I was eyeing this other community, which was like, I think 5 miles away, to diversify. But that community has nothing being built right now. They told me more to be built maybe in a quarter, so in about 3 months more will be built. So I'll probably target that community next for my 55th unit. But they had one deal that I saw in the current community that I bought in. And I remember I saw that deal on like Thursday. And I was just like, man, I could literally buy this. But I want to diversify. And then it came Saturday. I was just like, hey, was looking to buy in this community, but there's nothing being built right now. when do you expect to build more? And that's when he said, oh, we're going to build there probably late December of this year into early 2026. So probably January, February, so the next quarter. And I said, okay, well, let me know if you see a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. I like this model because it's 2,100 square foot. So I just said, okay, well, let me know how that community goes because that's my ideal area I want to buy in. So these two communities I'm eyeing, it's below the 72 freeway in Huntsville. That's my ideal sweet spot. But my property manager said, well, I have options 3, options 4 in these two communities, but those communities were actually more expensive and the rents are the same. So it's not a great ROI for me. Like, why would I pay $315,000 for the deal for the same house, same model, same square footage, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 200 square foot, but I get the same thing in my communities and it's cheaper? So it doesn't make sense. Like, why am I paying $20,000 more to get the same rent? It's not gonna be as favorable for me. So those are my 3rd, 4th options. So I'll be open-minded. I've been watching the Hyundai guy. I'm open-minded to Tom maybe got that joke. That's so niche. But anyways, I'm open-minded to that community if I'm more desperate. I just want a deal. But I just said, okay, well, good to
Mm. Okay, look it. In real estate, you don't have to be desperate. You're the buyer. You're the investor. You have all of the power. None of it works without you. So everyone needs to go to the beat of your drum, not the other way around. When you put your offer, that's your offer. People get emotional about this stuff. He's getting a little emotional. Oh, if I'm desperate, no, that's not how it works. Man, I hope he can get some coaching or some mentoring or something like that because I fear that this is gonna hurt him, and I don't want people to get hurt. I want you to try and be smart about it, and I mean, I'm not saying he's not smart, but I don't think the way he's going to. This all seems like a bet to me, and none of those markets have appreciation. I mean, Huntsville was hot a couple years ago, but I don't know.
know it's my 3rd, 4th option, but I want to look at my number 1, number 2. So from there, literally, I just said, hey, like, it's the same deal that I bought like 2 months ago. I got this for purchase price was $295,000. I got $38,000 in a builder credit. So my all-in cost was $256,000 paying cash. So this deal, same unit, same model, same 4-bedroom, 2-bath, same size, same everything. It was listed for $300,000, so it was $5,000 more expensive than what I bought mine for. And I just said, hey, look, like, I get why it's more expensive. It's on a better lot. So Lennar has lot premium. So if it's a nicer lot or a more desirable lot or a bigger lot, they will charge more money. So I said, I get it. I get why it's more expensive. But I literally just bought a deal there 2 months ago. You know which one I bought. Can you honor that same price? If you honor that same price, so that's going to be instead of a $38,000 discount, it's going to be a $43,000 discount. So additional discount. If you honor that same price, I will buy it because I know exactly what the rents will be. My property manager likes this area. She just rented it out for 3 years for $2,150. So I know it's in high demand. I'll buy it. Not my ideal. I want to diversify into this other community, but you don't have any available. So please work with me. I will buy more, right? Like, I will buy this deal if you give me my price.
The math ain't mathing, guys. You spent he said all cash, so 250 and 21. That's not. Don't do this. Please don't do this at all.
and I will buy one in that next community if you give me a good price in end of this year or early next year, right? So I own 3 Lennar homes now. They can see it. They can see my file. I own 3, and I'm looking to buy number 4. And I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing, right? I'm buying the deal, cash, and then I'm getting a loan on it, pulling out most of my money in the deal. I am leaving like probably, let's just call it between $8,000 to $20,000 in the deal, all in, which is, okay. Ideally $8,000 is my sweet spot because I work a W-2 and I can save $8,000 in 2-3 months easily. So I said I would look to buy another one as long as it rents out. I'm okay. So, the Lennar
Gonna
manager,
fast
so they
forward
always
through
do this
this.
like negotiation act, which I hate. Let's say today it's mid-September. My deal at best is going to finish construction mid-November, so I have 2 months, and then buy that deal all cash, and then buy another deal, buy my next deal after that, right? So as long as these deals are spaced out like I was like, oh, we got another deal, like super easy. I was like,
These aren't deals.
and then the next, super easy. So I was like, okay, like this is super easy. If I want to continue this, keep on buying deals, I just got to save $8,000 every time, which, like I said, I can. I tell Christine, you don't have to put any more money in the deal. I'll spot the rest. So that's how we got a 54 unit. So, I'm hoping, this one might be harder to rent out because we're closing on this deal like by Thanksgiving. It's hard to rent out during the holidays. So, yeah, it's quite interesting deal. So, hopefully I'll get my 55th unit in the other community because they said they're building a bunch.
I don't understand what the fascination is with 55th unit and counting and tallying up. I don't know what the goal is, what his goal is in owning Alabama. Nothing wrong against Alabama. I think it's a great market if you buy right. But the numbers he's getting, those aren't, you don't have to go to Alabama to get those. I mean, that's a pretty common rent, to be honest. Um, I have a 2-bedroom that's renting out for that. Think about that. A 2-bedroom renting out for the same price. I mean, 2-bedroom, little duplex. So you don't need to, in Portland, you don't need to go all the way to there for that. But hey, he has quite a few subscribers. I mean, good for him. I'm never gonna hate on anyone, but I just want people to be more informed and not that's just blowing the bag. But unfortunately, sometimes people got to learn the hard way, and then I hate that because real estate can be so transforming and life changing. But man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.